passing a child tax credit, you reduce childhood poverty by a third. And you just saw it this week. If you're getting squeezed on prices on things like groceries, we're talking about taking on price gouging. Let me tell you what that looks like. The folks who grow our food, farmers, corn is about $4.10 a bushel. It takes about $5 just to break even. Farmers aren't getting rich off what's happening right now. The folks who are trying to make the products that we have aren't, but corporate profits have doubled and corporate pay has quadrupled in many cases. Now look, we're all for a fair economy. We're all for people making it, but you can't rig the economy making things more expensive for the very people who are making and growing those products. That's what she's taking on. And just this week, the Biden-Harris administration is taking on Big Pharma because they're still trying to drive up the price of insulin and overcharge because we don't have a national $35 cap on that. Kamala Harris will make it happen. Absolutely. And look, we've been able to do a lot of this in Minnesota because what happens when you elect people who care about the middle class, when you elect people who look like the people who are voting, you get policies that help those very people, whether it's on home ownership, whether it's on insulin, whether it's on a child tax credit, or one of the things that we did, and I experienced this personally. When I was growing up, my father got cancer, and I watched my mom, who's a stay-at-home mom, barely be able to stay in her home because of the medical bills that nearly destroyed her. She had to go back and work just to pay down medical bills for about a decade. Kamala Harris is putting in what we did in Minnesota, providing relief from that so they can't report you to the credit union, they can't charge you outrageous credit, and they can't bankrupt you. And for so many of you, you want to start your own business, she's going to make sure, and we saw the proposal on this, a 10 times larger tax credit and cutting red tape so you start the business and you go on your own and make the way you want to of the American dream. And look, in a place like this, and we saw it, we got an opportunity to pass something called the PRO Act and sign it into law. Now, the folks who are hollering out here are the folks who understand the purest and the most strongest, and the thing that built the middle class was the ability to collectively bargain and form a union with your neighbors. I've been told that I am, for decades, a card-carrying union member of our state's teachers union, which I was. So. The last union member on a national ticket, Ronald Reagan. I promise you I will not lose my way. I will not lose my way. You know what's interesting, too? I was also told that I may, teacher, working and serving as governor, that I may be the poorest person who's ever run on a national ticket. And then the Wall Street Journal wrote a story and said, well, that doesn't tell the whole story. He has more money than you think he does. You think this is a bombshell, like a North Carolina thing or something. I don't know. Like a bombshell. I'm like, what is the bombshell? Is he hiding assets offshore? Or what? Does he have a trust fund? Oh, no. He has a defined benefit pension plan. Our wish, Vice President Harris and my wish is that every American had a defined benefit pension plan. Because at the heart of this is about freedom to live the life you want to live with dignity, whether it's being in retirement, starting your own businesses, and to choose the life you want to live, not the government. Now, I see some of you, I see some of the older folks here can actually remember, and it's like telling the young people, there was a time when Republicans talked about freedom, they actually meant it. In the long ago time, it feels like. Because right now, when they talk about freedom, the freedom of government to be able to invade your bedroom, the freedom of government to invade your exam room, the freedom of government to invade your school libraries and take them. Look, they spend a lot of damn time trying to ban books. We spend our time in Minnesota banning hunger by giving free meals to our kids. So. Now look, I'm not asking us, and you hear it, I'm not asking us all to think the same. I'm not asking for an expectation that we all agree. My God, a successful marriage is 51-49, and we're like, good, we're close, we're good, we're on the winning side. We know how that works, and we respect other people's decisions. That's part of being America. You respect those decisions. Now, we might not make those same decisions. We might say, I don't know, I'm not going with that. But I keep saying, and I know it's here, and you know it's an absolute truth. The golden rule that makes society and communities function and families function is mind your own damn business.